All right, man. I'm here with Chase Warburton. His name's Chase as well. He's my neighbor across the way at the apartment complex, and I've harassed him into coming out here and watching the sunrise with me up against the Wellsvilles. So Chase, thanks for coming out, man.
Hey, my pleasure, Chase. I'm happy to be here.
Oh, good. So we've had
beautiful.
an interesting conversation so far. Probably for me, the highlight has been the slap chicken discussion and whether or not you can cook. Well,
Slap
you can.
cook a chicken.
Yeah, you can cook a chicken that way, but feasibly, it would take insane amounts of people
effort.
and energy.
So for your followers, if anyone wants to attempt slap cooking a raw chicken, let Chase's know and we'll coordinate something.
Yeah, we would love to make that happen.
Yes, we would.
Just to be a part of that, that's like the feeling of accomplishment afterwards. Like,
if I could look at a chicken, like a cooked chicken, and know that it was cooked because of my efforts at slapping it,
yeah.
I could die happy.
Yeah.
There's bucket list, screw it. It's just slap cooking a chicken.
I can imagine the celebration afterwards, probably not having very many high fives.
Probably not. Yeah. How do you celebrate slap cooking a chicken? That's the.
I mean, obviously you got to split it up and eat it. Amidst and hopefully it's like
it's gonna taste awful. If you think about it, that's gonna be sweat and germs.
But it'll be tender.
Man, okay. So for everyone, you guys just come and we'll figure out the celebration for slap cooking a chicken.
Okay, yeah.
Do you think they sell like big inflatable raw chickens somewhere that we can like blow up as balloons?
I'm sure, man. They got everything you can blow up. So
that's true.
All right. So transitioning into some of the more serious themes.
Totally.
Sent you those questions.
Yeah.
First one. What is your definition of darkness and light as a metaphor?
As a metaphor, I associate, I would assume, light with a state of being. Happiness is probably the best emotion to associate with lightness or light, and depression would be darkness because, you don't normally see people who look like they have light in them when they're depressed or severely depressed or battling with depression or anxieties or whatever. So metaphorically speaking, I would say my definitions of light and dark are happiness and depression.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So with that, have you ever experienced a sunrise or any kind of transition from darkness to light based on that metaphor?
Almost every day. So depression is something that I personally struggle with a lot, and being able to find those little bits of light in a day, seeing my son smile and laugh at me and call me dada, or my wife waking up and we're just talking, or being able to accomplish something in my career, or making a significant step towards something positive in someone else's life, gives me those little bits of light in a day that pull me out of that darkness momentarily. And that's what you look for. You got to look for those little moments of light.
Yeah. Man, that's awesome. I didn't know that you had struggled with it for like that seriously or for that long. So how long have you been dealing with depression? Is this since high school? Or?
I think I recognized depression in my life when I was, I would say 9 or 10 years old, is when it really inset for me that I just wasn't happy with my life, with my surroundings, with who I was as a person. And it's not a fun self-actualization to come to when you're 10, because most of the time when you're 10, you think about like Pokemon cards or playing with your friends or slap cooking chicken. But it's like you don't really think about like being depressed at 10 years old. That wasn't common back then. It is now, unfortunately, but back then it wasn't something common at all. So like realizing that I wasn't happy, and I didn't know how to articulate it. as well as I do now that I'm an adult. But realizing I didn't like want to be me at that age was a tough realization to come to, and it's been something that I've struggled with since. So you could say that most of my life I've struggled with like being in darkness.
Yeah. So what is one of the life lessons that you've taken from that?
From growing up with depression, from growing up not like knowing where light is or where I could find it, and working on finding it every day, the two life lessons that I have to remind myself of every day to this day, and I'll have to remind myself every day until I either figure it out or finish my time here on this earth, is that light comes from serving others, and light comes from the Lord, and what the Lord wants you to do on this earth, which is loving and serving others and learning to love yourself. So focusing yourself on Christ, focusing yourself on service are really the best ways to find light in your life.
That's beautiful, man.
Thank you.
How did you discover that? Because that's not something that everybody just knows, right?
Right.
You probably didn't just know at 10 years old, like, I'm depressed, but the antidote, like how did
money
you
to
get
a homeless
there?
guy.
Yeah.
My mom, bless her heart, was always centered on serving people.
Really, yeah.
So for me, it was, and I've been doing it since I was young. Like little stories that come to my mind is like I would be at like a Office Depot or an Office Max or a Staples or whatever those stores are, and I would have like my allowance that I had saved up for a while, because we got like $2.50 a week as we were kids. We'd give 25 cents to tithing and all that stuff, but we got to keep the rest of the money, and we would just save and save and save. And I'd go to Office Depot and I'd have like this really cool toy that I wanted to buy, or a video game that I really wanted. Do you remember like Staples, how they had those like PC games that were really bad quality?
Oh yeah.
I just loved those as a kid.
Yeah.
I did. I dug those games, like the old Lilo and Stitch type games. Dude, my bread and butter as a kid. But I would like get ready to check out, and I would have just enough for my game, but there'd be a kid in front of me who wanted like an Etch-a-Sketch.
Yeah.
Just like an Etch-a-Sketch, like a $2 Etch-a-Sketch. And the parents couldn't afford it. So I would wait until they had like started to walk out, and I would like slap like $3 on the table really quick and just sprint out with the Etch-a-Sketch and give it to the kid. And I'm like, hey, you need it. I'd go put my game back, or my mom would give me $3 of her dollars.
Dang.
Because it's like I would just want to I'd want that kid to be happy.
Yeah.
Or like I remember one year I don't remember how old I was. I was a baby. I was little. But it was my birthday, and my grandma had come to town, my mom's mom, and for my birthday I wanted to take her to Sonic.
Yeah.
Sonic was gross back then. back when all really Sonic had was like slushies. I was like, I want to go and take my grandma to Sonic and get her like French fries or something. And it was such a nasty meal. It was so gross. I love Sonic, don't get me wrong. They have like the best burgers in my opinion for fast food, and I will fight anyone on that.
Okay.
A Sonic burger is the best burger in fast food industry currently. But back in the day, they were awful. It's just like I would buy her Sonic. So it's like as time, as I got older, as I had these cool experiences where I would try and like help someone else's day, I learned that's when I would feel really good about myself.
Yeah.
When you'd take a homeless person when you were 16 and bring him into Walmart and spend $200 on him, just get them shoes and clothes and food and whatever they needed, and then just like put them back on their corner and like let them go about their merry way. Or I remember one time there was a homeless guy, and I got him like a hotel room for a night, and I got him a haircut. I rented him a suit, and I had a job interview set up for him, so he could just go and try and change his life.
Yeah.
And at the time I didn't know, he was probably a huge drug addict and had no care for anything else. But it's like just those moments where you serve people, you just learn that you feel good. And it's not like I just had a soda on a hot day feel good. It's a deep burning in your bosom I am making a difference.
Yeah.
And that's what's really changing me.
Yeah. Like a soda on a hot day. Oh, dude. Is that a sundog?
A sundog?
Yeah.
I've never heard of a sundog.
It's like a, oh, what's the other name for it? It's like helio something. It looks like that little spot where it's like a rainbow.
Oh yeah.
I think that's what that
A
is.
sundog. Okay,
Yeah.
we're gonna Google that on our way home.
Yeah. I wish I remembered the name.
No, you're good.
Man. Okay, so what about the word wholehearted? What does it mean to be wholehearted?
The quick answer to someone who is wholehearted is someone who is service oriented, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Someone who wholly focuses on serving other people and
Okay.
serving the Lord.
Okay, who's somebody in your own life that does that, and how have they impacted you?
My wife.
Yeah.
Not even a question there. That is like the easiest answer I have given you today. My wife, Keela, is the most wholehearted person I know. There is not a day that goes by that she doesn't call me and she's like, hey, I've been thinking about, we should have like Chase and Chelsea over for dinner.
Yeah.
Or like, I've been thinking we should have my sister up, or we need to go see my aunt, or, you know, like we need to text my grandma or FaceTime your parents, or
Yeah.
whatever it is. It's just like every day, all day, it's focused on serving herself, and not in a selfish way,
Right,
but
right,
in
yeah.
a Christ-centered way, and service, like serving me and serving our son. And she's right now she's pregnant, so
Yeah.
it's like, don't get me, that's a sacrifice to
Yeah.
be pregnant. Like if you've ever had a wife who has morning sickness, like you need to understand that is a sacrifice. Like, because that's just, you wake up, you throw up, and you sleep, and then you wake up, you throw up, and you sleep, and that's what pregnancy is for the first 3 months.
Yeah.
It's the truth. And just the fact that she's willing to put her body and her mind through that mental strain
Yeah.
is like one of the greatest acts of service, because not only is it like bringing a kid into this earth, as Christ, you know, compels us to multiply and replenish the earth, but she does it willingly. Because you know, there are some people that are like, I'm gonna kill you, you know. Well, we're out here, seriously, both of our wives are pregnant and we're talking about cooking chickens.
Yeah.
We have it easy, we really do. But no, she's, and like every day it's a fight to clean, because kids are Tasmanian devils.
Yeah.
And she's trying to prepare food for other people, and she's helping me out because I am the most needy husband. I'll admit it, I need her. I would die. Like, I remember one time she was gone in the morning and I had to cook oatmeal for breakfast, and normally she does it, you know, she cooks breakfast, and I didn't know what to put in the oatmeal. Like, I literally just ate raw oatmeal. Well, not raw, I cooked the oatmeal in the microwave because I could at least put the water in the bowl and put it in the microwave. But man, it's like, I didn't think blueberries, brown sugar, honey, like that kind of stuff that normally goes into oatmeal. I literally just ate cooked oatmeal, and it was like the worst meal in my entire life. It was so gross. But she is so focused on service and love.
Yeah.
She is wholehearted.
Wow. Okay, so what's the impact on your life then? How has that impacted you?
I eat better. That's it.
Yeah, okay. It's got to be more than that.
I eat healthy oatmeal.
Yeah.
No, for me, it's helped me. It's helped me really like open up to the aspect of service and how far I have to go.
Yeah.
You know, it's like seeing her sacrifice for everyone and love everyone so much every day. It's really allowed me to open up my eyes and see, you know, how much sacrifice I can give. You know, if I can get to that point that my wife's at, to love people so unapologetically and to serve people so vigorously, it really is an inspiration to her, or to me, and to the people around her. In my opinion, it really changes my outlook on life, especially being someone who has struggled with depression so much. You normally have a pretty negative outlook on life. You know, you're just like, oh man, I gotta go to work today, I gotta deal with people. But then you have your amazing wholehearted wife who's just like, so smiley and cheerful and loving, and it's like you leave for the day with a smile on your face, knowing you get to go serve people, because that's what she's taught you.
Yeah. You were saying the influence that she has on other people. Keela's definitely done that for Chelsea and myself, and just even the vibe that she exudes.
She's dope.
Yeah, absolutely. You definitely scored there.
I married up.
Yeah, you
I married up
hardcore. Yeah. Way to go.
Thanks, man.
Okay, so what about being wholehearted in your own life, and what does shame and fear and doubt tell you about yourself? Like, who does it try and dictate that you are? Like, who does it say that you are?
Shame, fear, and doubt dictate, in my opinion, shame, fear, and doubt have everything to do with anxiety, and that anxiety tries to dictate how you serve people. Because anxiety, shame, fear, and doubt all come with the aspect of pleasing people. You want to make sure that people leave. Random dog just walked by. Sorry, I am so ADHD. Shame, fear, and doubt and anxiety dictate how you serve, because service is very much a selfless thing. You can't think about yourself or people, like, the people pleasing aspect of you, because service is going to please. Hey, pup, come here. Nope. It will ultimately, serving people is going to leave those people in a better place than where they were.
Yeah.
And your shame, fear, and doubt try and tell you otherwise. Giving a homeless person money, or giving them food might put them in a situation where they have food in their stomachs, or they can go and get that food, or they can get the clothes, or they can get those things that they need, because they're humans and they understand their needs.
Yeah.
But that shame, fear, and doubt is going to tell you, oh, they're going to go get drugs, and it's going to make you feel guilty for serving people. So, yeah, it's going to stop you, shame, fear, and doubt. It's going to stop you from serving people to the extent that you could, because it's going to tell you that what you're doing is hurting people, even though it's really not.
So how do you combat that? You just fight through it?
You have to pick and choose your battles. At some point I've got to accept the fact that there's anxiety in my life. And then there's healthy anxieties. Am I going to go down that dark alley where 3 tattooed dudes are smoking and looking at my wife like they're going to abduct her? That's a real anxiety. Yeah. That's something that's good. Or, do I dictate it is, this family who is struggling needs some money to get their girl into college.
Yeah.
Do I not give them that money in fear that they're just going to abuse it, or do I give them that money knowing that their daughter is going to continue education? That type of situation. So it's picking and choosing those battles, and when you decide that unhealthy anxiety isn't going to harm those people, then really knowing that you're helping is the key there.
Yeah, I resonate with everything you said about service. It feels like that's helped me find the greatest level of fulfillment. It's when I'm thinking about other people and trying to find ways to help them. It's funny that we can know that kind of stuff and still turn inward.
Yeah.
When it's unhealthy, there's times where we need to have introspection and reflection and pondering and that kind of stuff, but a lot of the time it's being too focused on comfort or consumption of selfish pleasures, really.
Right.
So that rings true. Well, I appreciate everything you shared, Chase.
Thank
It's
you.
been a really awesome morning coming out here and
It's been
spending this time.
It's
Yeah.
been a lot of fun, man. My eyes have been open to a lot of things. Thank you for inviting me up here. Thank you for sharing this cool like spot.
Yeah.
Watching the sunrise. It's been a lot of fun.
Oh, good, man.
It's been a good morning.
All right.